Okay. So who would like to start? We have 8 mental state examination is one of the most important tasks in the task. And actually, in order to master it, you must master some skills which will be helpful also in other tasks. So I hope that you master this particular task. It will make the other tasks easier. So who would like to start?
I can go.
Okay, Dr. Zaina, very clever, very active. So what is your station, Doctor?
Mania, 16-year-old girl mania.
Okay, mania and a 16 years old girl. Yeah. Okay, so pay attention. The mania stations and hypomania stations require a lot of communication skills. It's very difficult because the role player will distract you by the way she is or he is talking. So you have 2 minutes. Read your station, please.
Name of the patient?
Let's say that name is Christine.
Christine. Okay, doctor, I'm ready.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Ready? Very clever. So, did you write down the name of the patient and what are the steps which you are going to follow? Very important because this is what you are going to do effectively. This is what you are going to do in the exam. You write the name of the patient, what is the task, and again, you will forget in the middle of the station what is the task, and write down what are the steps, what is your plan, the points which you should cover. Okay, so pay attention to this. This is very important. If you have done all this, we can stop. If you want to take half a minute to do it, no problem. You ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very clear. 1, 2, 3, go.
Hello, Christine. I'm Dr. Zainab, one of the doctors from mental health.
Well, I also want to be Muslim. Christine is related to Christianity, but I can also be Muslim, and I have no problem with that. Can you tell me more about Islam? Because you look to be, it seems that you are Muslim. I need to know more about this. I need to know more about the life. There are a lot of things which I need to know. Maybe I can wear the hijab. Can we take the discussion somewhere else? Maybe can we go to the? I'm not happy here. Can we go to the Starbucks or Costa Coffee to continue our discussion? Are you married? Are you married? What do you feel about the LGBTQ? You know, sometimes I think of this. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you
I'm
can.
so sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I think we are here to discuss more about you. And I'm here to understand about your condition so that we as a team can help you and support you. So, Christine, I understand that I can see that you are talking very fast. Are your thoughts racing as fast as you are talking currently?
Yes, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of plans to do because I want to help the patients. I used to have a grandmother who was sick, and because nobody helped her, she suffered a lot. And I don't want this to happen to the other patients. So I have a plan in my mind, and with time, this plan is, blossomed, and there are a lot of things which I plan for according to this basic idea that I want to have. And who maybe if you can help me, this plan can be implemented over the whole world. Who knows, doctor? Everything has a start. Because I have a grandma.
Can you please tell me more about your plan?
Well, I have a plan in order to help the patients not to stay long in the waiting room, and I did the timetables for the employees in order to help the patient not to stay a long time, and also there are staff rotas. Everything is planned for. I've been dedicating this for.
Christian, that sounds really interesting. So I was just wondering, are you able to think clearly at the moment?
What do you mean that I'm saying clearly?
Like you are talking very fast. So
Well, because I have a lot of things to say, and I know that you have a limited
I
time.
can
Time is
see that.
very important. I read a lot
I
of
can see that you
wise
are.
thoughts, wise quotes. They always say that time is the most important and precious thing in
So
our
Christian, I
life.
was just wondering, did anyone commented about that you have talking fast, and did anyone commented that?
Well, yes, my family, but they don't understand what I'm saying, what I'm in. So I'm involved in something. Maybe you, as a health professional, will understand. But my father and mother are just an employee. My father is a teacher. My mother is a housewife.
Mhm.
So she will not
So,
understand what I'm saying. I want to have the
okay.
patience,
So
and I
Christine,
feel that
I'm here to understand more about you. So I was just wondering, how do you feel in yourself? How would you
I
is
feel
there
that
mood?
I'm on top of the world because I'm about
Okay.
to do something which can help the others. They always say that the best feeling you can get is
I
when you
can
help
see,
other patients and
Christine, I can
other
see
people.
that you are very energetic and you are very cheerful. So are you able to are you managed to sleep properly?
Well,
Do you
actually,
think you
no.
can help?
Nowadays, I don't need to sleep more than 3, 4 hours maximum. I used to sleep 8 hours, but now I don't
Mhm.
need to sleep more than
And
three
what
to
about
four
your
hours.
appetite?
Well, I always eat healthy food. That's it. I don't
Mhm.
want to mess up my mind with non-healthy food. It can be a bit expensive, but I focus on
Mhm.
eating healthy
So,
and
Christine,
you know.
I'm just wondering, since how long have you been feeling this way?
Well, it started about 2 weeks ago.
Mhm. Did
Everything it was
anything in particularly happen like 2 weeks back?
nothing.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that you have so many plans to do, and so do you feel that you are maybe specially chosen, or you have some special powers or
No,
abilities?
I'm not specially true. I'm a normal person, but because I have been experiencing particular events in my life, this gave me, an idea about how to help all patients, like my grandmother who passed away about 3 weeks ago. I used
Mhm.
to, I loved her so much,
Sorry
but
to know about her.
what?
I'm so sorry. Please, I'm so sorry to know about your grandmother.
Yeah, yeah,
Please.
I was so connected to her, but when I lost her, I felt that I could have helped her in a better way, and I
Mhm.
started to see how can I help the patients who are in her
So,
age.
yes, I can see that you have made so many plans. So how are you planning to, finance your plans? Like,
I tried to borrow money from my parents and my friends, and
Mhm.
this is an investment because definitely when everything is the patients will get benefit. There will be intellectual copyrights for this idea, so definitely they would get their money back.
So it sounds like you have spent a lot of money, and you sound like very confident about these plans.
I don't have a lot of
So,
money. I need a lot of money. I bet that this money will be returned more and more for those who lend them to
mhm.
me. So can we
Christine,
take
I'm
this
also
discussion,
wondering.
doctor? Can you make for me a cup of tea, please? I need.
Christine, I think we are meeting for the first time, and you look very friendly with me. This is your routine way.
I feel that everyone is nice, so I try to be nice with everyone.
That's good to know. And Christine, just few more questions. Like sometime when people have this kind of experiences, they do also
One
have
minute remaining.
they also hear something when no one is around. Is this the case with you?
No, 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 no.
Do you feel
I'm
under
not
the control
crazy.
of?
I'm not crazy.
Sorry if I made you feel this way. I didn't mean that. And I'm just wondering, how do you cope in this situation? Do you take any alcohol or any street drugs?
No, no, no.
Mhm. And this is a personal question, but do you think about sex more nowadays?
No, doctor, no, please, no. I'm a respectable girl, so I don't like these questions. No,
I'm
no,
so sorry. But these are just routine questions that we ask to all the patients. And have you ever had any thought of maybe ending it all?
no, no, no,
Okay. And am I the first psychiatrist that you are seeing?
no, no, no.
Mhm. Can you tell me more about when you showed the psychiatrist before?
No, I've never seen a psychiatrist before.
Okay. Anyone in the family who has in contact with mental health services?
Time. It was very good, by the way. Very, very good. Except that you should have just adjusted your time and pay attention to what I'm saying. I said that I didn't see any psychiatrist before. Your approach for the
So
sensitive.
no, I
What?
yeah. I mean, heard that you said no. This is not the first time. So I asked you when was the last time when you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope that you give her some feedback. Number two, sometimes, not always, you interrupt by just going on as if you are racing in talking with me to see who will be first in starting the discussion. So, yeah, always, if you want to interrupt me by saying my name, Christine. Okay, you do this actually, but sometimes it's not. If you want to ask a personal question, try to have sensitive approach. We can see, so Christine, I'm worried about you. But sometimes with all this going on, people make mistake like spending too much or hurting themselves. Okay, how about in being involved in intimate relationships? Okay, intimate relationship, not having sex. Having in unwise intimate relationships. Okay, so don't say sex. The feedback from the candidates who have been approaching this sensitive area in this way was not good. So how about unwise intimate relations? Okay, and try to signpost, say something before it, like I'm worried about you. Okay, so let's see how we can. Where is the?
Hello.
I'm going to share with you this Manning girl. Okay, so this is the. Where does she? It's very embarrassing. I cannot find the station. Wait, give me just a few seconds. I will find it. Yes. Yes, here is the station. Okay, so yes, so the nice thing which you did, and unfortunately, this is something which not all of the candidates do. They forget to comment on the general profile. The patient is happy, the patient is active, the patient looks sad. So the patient has a profile in front of you. This is part of your mental state examination. You must comment on it. Number two, the way the patient is talking is very important to comment on it, particularly in case of depression or mania. And mania is more important because this patient, the role player, is instructed to show pressure of speech in order to see who are the candidates who are able to pick up this sign and comment on it. This type of stations need a lot of practice because, as you can see, the patient is going to distract you by talking too much over various and different topics. If you left the patient to talk, you'll waste time. This is a mental state examination. It is not a history. So pay attention to this point. Don't let the patient talk too much. He will not give you a lot of history because it is not a history. It is a mental state examination. Just count to 5 seconds. And if you see that the patient is showing pressure of speech and showing flight of ideas, after 5 seconds, interrupt the patient by uttering his name, Mr. X, Mr. Brown, Christine, so on. Don't interrupt him by initiating a phrase without uttering his name. This is how you interrupt the patient, utter his name in order to make him stop. So introduce yourself. You started the station in a very good way. You took the complaint. You ask about how it all start, and you did not ask about the post no problem, and you asked how the patient was doing before the onset, if there has been any precipitating factors. Very good. And then, sorry. And then you ask about the mood. Oh, the mood. Did you ask me about the energy? You did not. I didn't hear energy. So,
I
and
just reflected back that you look very energetic.
okay, very good. And you should ask me about any new interests. This girl has been she interested in doing all these plans and so on. Thinking, you commented on the thinking, you commented on the mission, abilities, confidence, sleep, everything. The psychosis, you asked about the psychosis, the perception. And I think you asked other perception, no problem. If you miss this, the persecution, no problem. Very important to ask about the cognition in the patients who have either if they are old or showing mood problem, because either forgetful or not concentrating. So you should have asked here about the concentration. Very important to ask about the concentration in the patients who have mania. Impact, coping, and risk was very good that you will not pass a mental state examination, from my opinion, in a manic patient if you don't assess the risk, but make it more, more palatable. So I'm worried about you, Christine. Sometimes all this stress can make people have dark thoughts about harming themselves or harming someone else. How about having thoughts of having an unwise intimate relationship? So approach is more sensitive, but you assess the risk. Inside, you did not assess the inside. Okay. Is it the first time to see a psychiatrist? Any chance that what you're passing through could be some tricks played by your mind? And then terminate your station by saying that this patient is passing through a manic episode. And definitely, you should say to her in this station, any station you find the patient is having high risk. And this is an advice which I have taken from the consultants from the different courses. You should terminate by saying that the patient should stay in the hospital. Okay. Okay. But anyway, it was very good actually. I liked it. Very clever doctor. Okay, who would like to go next?
Yes, I can.
Well, I think so. Someone said in the Noran, yes. How are you, Dr. Noran? So what is your station, Dr. Noran?
It's 666 overvalued ideas.
6 overvalued ideas, 666, yeah. So
yeah,
barcode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bar. This is a very famous station. It comes almost lately very much, too much. Yes. That. Can you give me just 10 minutes? There's a patient who is a bit tired and I'll come back.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry, doctors. One of the patients had an epileptic fit, so I had to manage. So, can we start?
Sure, just I have a couple of questions. So the task here is not mental state examinations about the nature of the beliefs?
Yes, yes. It's mental state examination eventually.
Okay. And what's the patient?
His name is Michael. Okay.
Michael. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, go.
Hello, Michael. I am Nouran, one of the doctors in the mental health team.
Hello, doctor.
Hello. My understanding is that GP was worried as you weren't happy about the part.
You know, it's just a misunderstanding. I was discussing with him the issue of, Satanness and 666, and I just mentioned that the barcode in the test tube contains 666, so this can be a satanic sign. Who knows what people will do with blood in test tubes, taking with barcode like this, but I think he misunderstood what I'm saying.
So what do you actually mean?
Well, I was talking with him, casual talk. I didn't mean anything.
So is it okay just if I can explore with that with you further? So since when that you're believing that 666 barcode could be related to the East?
With all my respect, it seems that you are Muslim. It is written in the Bible, so it is in the church. Everyone, when we come across this verse, we talk about this issue. So I just talk about it. I didn't expect that I will end up in the psychiatric unit.
Okay, so no, thank you for clarifying to me. So would you tell me that you're religious Christian?
Well, I'm not that religious, but I go to the church with like anyone else. So that's it. So I'm not religious. I just.
So does people around you share the same thoughts?
Yeah, a lot of people share. I think the whole church shared with me the same issue because it is written in the Bible.
Yeah. So you've mentioned as well about a worldwide conspiracy. So can you tell me more about that?
Well, it is what they say. Okay, so I didn't talk much about it. They say that it is a worldwide conspiracy, but who knows? But definitely there is some validity because of the 666, because it is written in the Bible.
Yeah. So I understand your point. So I have just some more questions of my role as psychiatrist. Would you mind to do that?
Oh, no problem. Okay, no problem.
Okay, so do you think that maybe any barcodes, 666, or any other can impact your life?
1 minute. 1 minute. Yes. No.
No. Are you worried about any other barcodes?
Well, I try to follow the word of God, so I just avoid it. I avoid anything which can be problematic. Okay, I think this is something. It's not a problem.
I see. So, I mean, have you took the blood in that blood tube by the GB?
Well, yes. If he insisted, I could have put my blood in the test tube. I just discussed with him if there's a possibility that we can change the test tube. That's it.
All right. Yeah. And how did that make you feel?
Well, he didn't give me the chance. He said that I cannot continue any service from my clinic except having a report from your side. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Okay. And how are you feeling yourself in your mood lately?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good. Any changes in sleep or eating?
No.
No. Okay. Some people can experience unusual experiences of hearing things others can't hear or seeing things others can't see. Does that happen to you?
No. I don't think that this can happen.
Okay. And maybe do you have sometimes some concerns that people are against you or working to harm you?
No.
No. Or maybe sometimes feel like your body is in control of external source?
No.
No. Or the thoughts in your mind, do you feel sometimes it's not private to you?
No.
No. Okay. So I understand from your speak that you get this 666 from the verse in Bible, but do you think that maybe other people won't believe in that and would think that
everyone well I guess everyone has their own set of beliefs. You are not Christian, so definitely don't share with me the belief.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to ask you some personal questions as well. So do you work?
Yes, I work.
Yeah. Is there any problems with work?
No.
No. Okay. And do you have any problems concentration at all?
No.
Or memory?
No.
No. By any chance, do you drink alcohol?
Well, I prefer, I'm religious, so I prefer to follow the word of God. I don't like to say religious stuff, so I don't drink alcohol.
Good. Any illicit drugs?
No.
No. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. I have last important question. It may seem odd, but it's part of my routine assessment, if that's okay.
Okay.
So do you have any thoughts about life is not worth living?
No.
Or any thoughts about harming others?
No.
No. Thank you so much, Michael, for speaking to me today. It seems that you don't have any psychotic symptoms at the current time, but you're actually experiencing overvalued ideas, so that you are a strong believer as Christian and you're believing what is said in the Bible. So thank you so much for meeting me today.
Okay. Thank you. How do you feel about what you did?
Well, most of the station was negative symptoms, so I didn't have much to say. I couldn't as well comment on the appearance or on speech. It felt like there is no positive symptoms to comment on. I think I covered most of the domains of mental state examination and just the functionality around work, challenge the belief.
Okay. Well, for this station, though, it seems to be easy, but they expect from you to differentiate between this idea, whether it is the overvalued idea or a delusion or an obsession. So this is the main concept or main theme of this station, as far as what I've got from our candidate, the other candidates. So I will share with you my PDF so that we can have a common understanding about what I'm saying.
Okay.
As you can see, there is a difference between the delusion and the overvalued ideas. So there must be some sort of culture which the patient is involved or the person is involved with, and this overvalued idea is related to this culture. So in this case, this man is going to the church regularly. He married someone from the church, and the whole church members are sharing the same beliefs. Number two, it is not held firmly. Okay, and there's level of doubt, and as you can, and there is some sort of valid delusional, valid evidence. In contrast to the delusion, there can be some absurd evidence. Delusional, there is some sort of delusional evidence. You will find that it is absurd. It can occur, the overvalued ideas can occur in both healthy and mentally ill patients. So this patient or this person which you're talking with, you'll find that he is okay in all the domains of his life. He doesn't have any problem with his family, with his work, with his friends. And one important thing about the overvalued ideas is that it does not dominate the patient's life like the delusion. So if someone is having persecutory delusion, you'll find that this patient is totally, his life is revolving around this axis of the delusion. Someone is following him, or his colleagues are trying to get him. But the overvalued ideas is that can be important in his life, but his life is not revolving around it. Okay. And definitely it is not negatively affecting his life. So the overvalued ideas, if he feels that this overvalued ideas is going, for example, to make him lose a good chance, a job chance, he will not go after this overvalued ideas, he will take the job. But in the case of the delusion, the patient can, he can leave his wife because of the delusion, he can leave his job, etc. Just have, thank you. Who is doodling? Who is doodling? Aya, stop doodling. Stop messing up with my PDF. Stop it, Aya. And also, regarding the obsession, now you must differentiate between the obsession and between the delusion and the overvalued ideas. As for the obsession, we know that there are some criteria of the obsession which is causing distress for the patient. He tries to resist it. It is his own thoughts. He knows that it is ridiculous and it is intrusive. Okay, so there are criteria also for the obsession. So this is the main theme of this station. Just make sure that to show the examiner that you are checking this idea in a good way, whether it is delusion or obsession or overvalued ideas. Other than this, everything will go without any problem, because the patient doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any other delusion. He doesn't have any hallucinations. He doesn't have so and so and so and so. So the main theme here in this particular station is to differentiate and to show the examiner that you know the difference between this. Stop. Who is doodling on my screen? Okay. Let's see this. How can we do this in our... As you know, that this station has two scenarios: overvalued ideas, or the patient is having a psychotic episode. The overvalued ideas here, as you can see, negotiable, though the person firmly believes in them. In addition, there is no deterioration in the patient's life. The thoughts are related to a solid evidence or part of the cultural or subcultural beliefs and are consistent with the personality. Also, the patient's life doesn't show a severe decline, which happens in the psychosis. So if you want to show that the patient is psychotic, you cannot just say that he is psychotic because he is believing that there is 666. The psychosis is an overall deterioration in the patient's mentality and personality and so on. Okay, so your introduction was good, Dr. Nuran. Okay. And then you took the complaint and you wanted to know when did it all start. So just, I didn't feel that they took the complaint. You just focus on the idea. The first thing you should do, you want to know exactly when did he start to have this idea. Okay, you can see that you are religious, but I'm wondering, when did you notice to have this idea? And you want to know exactly what happened after that. Did his life change because of this idea? If this patient is psychotic, you'll find that this patient's life is totally revolving around the idea of Saturn and 666, and he will be totally psychotic with this issue. Okay, so you want to know the course, what happened after that, and then you want to know before the onset to check if there has been any precipitating or perpetuating factors. And then you check the psychosis, if there is any persecution, okay, or perception, if there is any perceptual disorder, broadcasting, and so on. And while you are checking the psychosis, you check the thoughts, whether they are delusions, hallucination, or obsession, like what I've just said. Then you've checked the mood, cognition. Not very important to check the cognition if it is a psychotic patient, but it is very important to check the cognition if the patient is elderly or the patient is manic or depressed. So cognition is more important in primarily the elderly age group, and to a less extent the mood. If you forgot to say it in the psychosis, I don't think that this is very important. Impact on coping and risk, you did not check it, though this patient is, or this person has an overvalued idea, but risk assessment is part of the mental state examination. And then inside,
I did check for the risk.
Did you? Okay, very good.
Yeah, towards the end, yeah, both to self and to others.
And then in determination, this patient has his own right to have his own beliefs, which are related to his religious background. It is understood and respected. I will pass my evaluation to the GP, and feel free at any time to book an appointment if you have any concern. Please tell me if this station, don't say to him, I will give you some leaflet about the psychosis. Man doesn't have anything. He has the right to have his own sets of beliefs according to what his culture is. Okay. This is a new station. Unfortunately, the passing rate is not high because the candidates are not accustomed to see someone who doesn't have anything, so they don't know what to do. But as I said, the theme of this station is to differentiate, to show the examiner that there is difference between the delusions, or you can differentiate between the delusions, the obsessions, and the overvalued ideas. I hope that you found it helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Nora.
Yes, thank you.
I can go next.
The challenge, we don't challenge doctors. There is big difference between Dr. Zainab, we don't challenge the patients. We don't challenge them. If you want to know exactly or to shake his beliefs, ask for the evidence. Okay, ask him open-ended questions about his beliefs and ask for the evidence. We don't challenge the patient's ideas. Okay, so Dr. Santos here, clever. So what is your
Hi, good
station?
evening. Yeah, it's 666 psychosis.
So let's see the difference now between this station and the 666 psychosis. What I've just said about the overvalued ideas goes also with the barcode psychosis. And you can see that there will be a difference between the patient's personality and his set of beliefs and the firmness of this idea and how his life is revolving around this idea and everything. Okay, so I will share it. Then you can see there are some sort of the psychotic issues in the scenario. Ready, doctor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just before we start, whether in this station, I think in this station, not in the other station, the patient will come in the station with a Bible in his hand. Don't forget to comment on it. It is not something usual that someone walks around with a Bible in his hand, as far as I know, coming to the clinic with a Bible in his hand. So his approach to the religion is, is out of the norm. Okay.
All right.
Just give me 1 minute. So just let's start. 1, 2, 3, go.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kumar, one of the mental health doctors. How shall I address you?
You can call me Mr. Brown, but I'm really not happy being here. This stupid GP did not understand what I'm saying. I'm not crazy. I told him that I have the right to change the test tube. It is not something safe to put my blood in these doomed test tubes. Okay, it is an evil thing to put my blood in this test tube. This is all what I said. He said that I will not take any service from his clinic except after talking with you.
Mr. Brown, I'm really sorry that for whatever has happened, and but I'm here to understand more about you so that I can help you in best possible manner.
Because the test tube is doomed. The barcode contains 666. This is a satanic sign. and they want to put my blood in this doom test tube to do whatever rituals they do with it. So I'm not going to be part of it. Okay. I asked and I recommended that I'm to change the test tube. Okay, but he refused. I don't know why. Maybe he's involved in this. I don't know. I'm not. I'm the crazy one.
I'm sorry if I made you feel this way, Mr. Brown, but I can see that you're quite distressed, and that's why I'm here to understand more and to help you. Will that be okay if I ask you a few more questions?
Okay.
All right. You said that you have some reservations regarding this barcode having this number 666.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me more? How did you come to know about this?
Well, it is written in the Bible. Maybe you are not Christian, so you'll not understand what I'm saying. So it is written. I have my Bible in my hand. Okay,
Right.
I can pick up the verse for you, which talks about it. So, well, the Bible also is crazy. I'm
No,
just
no,
talking
no.
what I'm talking about what is written in the Bible. This is the word of God.
Yeah, I can see that you are carrying your Bible and you seem to be quite a religious person. But apart from you, who else in your family believes the same way that you will not give up a vial in
I don't
your
care
blood
about
in a
my
vial?
family. I don't care about my family. They have their
Mm-hmm,
own beliefs. I have my own beliefs. They have their own
mm-hmm,
life. I have my own life. I don't
mm-hmm.
need to involve anyone in what I believe. Okay.
Right, Mr. Brown. Suppose if GP had to offer you another vial with a different number, would you have given your blood into that?
Well, initially yes, but now I don't know. Maybe he's also involved there. I will accept any service from any other doctor but him. Maybe he will
Can
put
you?
my blood also in one of these doom test tubes.
Mhm. And it seems that you're not feeling good about the GP taking your blood and putting that into that particular vial.
Yeah,
Why do you feel so? What will you do with that?
because of what he did. I feel that because I discovered the trick and discovered this is doom test tube, he want to cover everything by saying that I'm crazy. You know, I
Hmm.
can pick up these barcodes easily. I've been doing this for a long time. But he
Hmm.
want to cover everything by saying that this man is crazy in order to find what he
Hmm.
might do. Well, everything, I'm not comfortable, doctor, by having a service from him. I will ask to go to another GP.
Right, Mrs. Brown, I can see that you don't feel comfortable at this GP's place, and we will consider your request and we will try to do things which suits you. But before that, will you like to tell me, suppose if it is a dire emergency and that is this is the last vial with this number 666, will you like to give your blood into that?
I don't know. I don't like to be put in these hypothetical situations.
Hmm.
I don't
But
know.
what do you think? Why this GP is doing this? Like, did this?
Well, maybe he's one of the. I don't know, doctor. You can ask him this question. I said that I want to change the test tube, but he
Mm-hmm.
escalated everything.
Mm-hmm. So I can see that you are worried about this number 666, and it probably is related to your religious beliefs from your Bible. But are you bothered about any other particular number?
No, it is only this 666 because it is satanic sign. There is no other
Mm-hmm.
number related to the satanic sign except this 666.
All right. And you said that the GP is trying to do some tricks and trying to prove you crazy. But how sure are you that he's trying to do this?
Well, now I'm 100% sure that he is trying to hide something.
Mhm. But is it possible that he's just doing his duty, he's doing the routine thing which he does with every patient?
I'm not. What he did makes me eventually not comfortable by taking any service from him.
All right, okay. So, do you think sometimes when people are distressed, they have some strange experiences like hearing voices when no one is around? Is that the case with you?
Well, no, 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 no,
Any odd sensation of smell or touch that you have?
no, no, no,
And do you see something which is not seen by others?
no, no, no.
Any odd taste or taste that you have? Sorry.
No, no.
All right. And do you think that someone is trying to maybe control you? Maybe the GP is trying to control you
Yes, yes.
in some way?
You know, this evil, this satanic issue is not something simple. I feel that they are trying to oppose me because I started to uncover their plans. That's why I have this severe headache. I feel they have implanted something in my mind. I want to GP, and that's why I wanted, and I explained everything. And instead
You
of
said that
helping
they are.
me, he wanted to put my blood in a test tube with 666.
So you said that they have put something in your brain. What is that?
Maybe a microchip, something like this, to stop my thoughts and prevent me from uncovering them.
How sure are you about this?
Well, this is because I feel that my thoughts are muddled sometimes, and my mind goes blank. Definitely, they are behind this. I didn't have this feeling before, but when I started to pick up the signs and uncover the plans, they
Okay,
started
so
to counteract me like this.
you mean to say that the GP is trying to interfere with your thoughts even, right?
Yes, yes.
And is he trying to take away your thoughts
I don't know, man. I don't know.
or put
1
his
minute,
thoughts into your
30
mind?
seconds remaining.
All right. Ms. Brown, do you take any substances to cope, like alcohol or any street drugs?
No, no, no,
Any thoughts of harming yourself or the GP?
no, no, no.
Right. It seems to me that what we are having is a major mental illness, that is psychosis.
No, no,
And
I'm not
what are your
crazy.
thoughts?
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. So don't start this talk with. I'm not crazy.
Okay. What are your thoughts about receiving further help, if I
No,
say?
no, no, no. Time, time. How do you feel about
Thanks
what
for
you did?
speaking to me.
How do you feel about what you did? This
Yeah,
station, the patient will be defensive, and exactly he will have this attitude. He will not be
yeah,
happy being in this in your clinic, not like the other patient who is calmly discussing his
yeah,
ideas and not defensive. And you can see that this patient, if you dig more, you'll find that all his life is circumscribed around this idea.
yeah. And
Okay, give me your
you're
feedback,
not.
and I hope that you give Dr. Santos your feedback. He's very clever, and this is one of the difficult stations. Okay, so yes, give me your feedback. Give me your feedback.
Oh, it's yeah. If you are talking to me, yeah, I
Yeah,
found it difficult. You are not coming out with your thoughts, and
yeah.
I mean, similar situation. I had it in my exams, and in my exams also means he was not ready to come out. He was very kind of guarded.
Yeah, if you
And
were empathetic in the start,
yeah,
just show empathy, more empathy. Don't rush in going through the details of the technical details. Just few seconds showing empathy. Okay,
all right, okay,
okay. Choose the one any sentence if you feel that the patient is not forthcoming. This means that you should be more empathetic. So, as I always say, you must be organized. Take the complaint. You want to know exactly about. So you must comment on the general, and you want to know the onset about onset of this satanic code idea and how the course, how everything went on. After knowing this idea, you'll find that the patient started to pick up this satanic codes everywhere, and his life is circumscribed around it. Okay, please, mute your mics, please. Okay, so, and then you must ask him, so before, so suppose that he started to notice this barcode 6 months ago, you want to know exactly what has been going on in his life before that. There could have been delusional mode, he might be using something. And the Royal College is paying attention to the candidates who pay attention to the precipitating, perpetuating, predisposing factors. As you can see, there are some stations clearly just asking about these particular points, the predisposing, perpetuating. So the Royal College is focusing on the candidates who pay attention to this. So you want to know how was he doing before the onset. Someone might argue that this is a history taking. Yes, this can be a history taking, but there is no black and white. You must be organized in your approach. Definitely, you must understand exactly more about this satanic code idea, and you will never know anything except after knowing the onset course and the duration and how was he doing before the onset. And then you go through the psychosis, the persecution, perception, broadcasting, and you covered everything actually. And the control. So the main psychosis here in this station is the persecution and the control. This patient does not have any, and also, yes, the mind control. There is some sort of mind control in this station and the persecution. The mode, he doesn't have anything in the mode. If you did not talk about the cognition, no problem, but don't forget cognition is important in the elderly patients and the mood patients. Impact, coping, and risk. If you ask him about how they affect his life, you will find that this patient is totally dedicated to this idea. He might have left some jobs, avoiding, social gatherings if he feels that there are satanic codes and so on. And just ask him how is he coping with all this, and then go through the recreation, drugs, and thoughts of harming himself or anyone else. Just at the end, you could have just asked him in the inside. He did not check the inside. So ask him if any chance that this could be some tricks played by your mind. Let's say this is the assessment of the inside. And at the end, because of the, if you didn't say a psychotic episode, no problem. But the termination is very important in the stations with high risk. So you must terminate if the patient is having high risk, that he should stay in the hospital. But because it is a mental state examination, it is not a history taking.
Once I told him the diagnosis and asked him that help is available, or what are your thoughts about that? Is it not a way of testing inside? I thought.
Well, yes, okay, this can be a good thing. If you did this, no problem. But no problem. This could be considered, yes, assessing the inside, no problem. You want to make it a diagnosis and I say, okay, no problem. I just assess it by saying tricks by your mind, and this is my standard.
Right.
Okay. I hope that he found it helpful.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Who would like to go next?
Can I go next, Dr. Osam?
Okay, so let's see the feedback of our colleagues. He didn't connect the delusions and hallucination. I don't understand what do you mean, doctor. He didn't connect the delusions with hallucinations. Well, you mean that if he asked in particular about the satanic perception of hearing satanic voices? I don't know. So, doctor, yes, Dr. Salsabil, yes. How are you, doctor? So, what is your station, doctor?
It's a laptop brainwash.
Yes, laptop brainwash. Okay. By the way, most of you can go to my channel, you'll find many of the mental state examination in full explanation on my YouTube channel. So you don't need to pay membership to see. Okay, so you have 1.5 minutes. Ready?
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. So let's start. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bella, one of the psychiatrists from the mental health unit. Well, before that, may I know how should I address you?
You can call me Michael.
All right. Hi, Michael. Thank you for seeing me today. Well, I understand that you come to the emergency department today because you sustained some cuts on your wrist. Well, would you mind telling me more about that?
You know, I did cut my hand while I was trying to break into my brother's room. I had to take an action because his laptop is messing up with my mind. And whenever I asked him to just stop doing this, he was laughing at me. So today I had an exam in my institute, and his laptop made my mind blank. So I smashed his laptop, and while doing this, I injured my hand.
All right, where I can see where you're coming from. You mentioned that you went into your brother's room because you want to get access to the laptop and you eventually broke the laptop, right?
Yeah.
Well, may I know what's the purpose of doing that, Michael?
What?
What's the purpose of you doing that?
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know why he is taking my thoughts, but whenever I come back, I find everything in his laptop. He says that this is a Google search, but everything in my mind is in his laptop, doc.
All right, do you think that they did something, they are extracting something from you using
Yes,
the
yes,
apps?
they take all my thoughts. This is not the first time. It has been going on for about 6 months.
All right, you mentioned that this has been going on for about 6 months. May I know, is there
Yeah.
anything happened during that time or before that?
Yes, yes. Whenever I go to the examinations, I find my mind is blank and I cannot answer anything. All my grades are down because of this laptop.
All right, it seems quite concerning. Yeah, it seems that your academic performance is a bit affected because of this. What has been happening? Well, may I know, apart from your brother, do you think anyone else has that kind of bad intention towards you?
My stepfather is the one who brought him this laptop. So definitely is also involved in him. Involved in it.
All right, so your stepbrother and your stepfather is involving in this.
Yeah.
Well, may I know, do you think that they have bad intentions towards you? They are spying on you in any way?
I don't know why they are doing this, but I hear them saying that he's gone mad. We, he needs to be locked up. I hear them saying this.
All right, so you mentioned that you have been hearing that their voices saying something towards you. Would you mind telling me more about the voices?
Well, I hear them saying this. They whisper with each other. I hear them in my bedroom.
All right, what did they say?
No, I don't see them, but I can hear them saying this, whispering with each other.
All right, apart from their voices, do you hear any other voices?
No, no, only my stepfather and my stepbrother.
All right, you see them whenever others don't see them?
No, I don't see them. I hear them.
Anything unusual with your sense of smell and taste recently?
No, no, no,
All right, any abnormal body sensation that you have been feeling?
no, no.
Well, why do you think they are doing this towards you? Do you think that you're specially chosen or you have some special abilities that they are
No,
doing it to
no,
you?
no.
All right, when they are talking or when you watch television, do you think that they are referring towards you?
No, no, no.
All right, do you think that you has been controlled by something or someone?
Well, this laptop definitely can affect my mind, doctor. I don't know how come, but yes, definitely this laptop can do things to my mind.
All right. You mentioned that they're extracting your thoughts. May I know, apart from their extracting your thoughts, do you think that they have putting some thought into your mind in any
Yes,
way?
definitely this laptop can do things like this. So I tried.
How-
That's yeah.
Yeah. How about, do you ever thought that your thoughts can be read by someone else, that other people can read what you have been thinking about?
Yeah, definitely. If they can bring my thoughts on the screen and they can read it.
All right. Do you think that your stepfather and your stepbrother are in control of your own actions and your own emotions?
Yeah, no, in my mind primarily. They cannot control my actions, but they can read my mind and put those, take away my thoughts.
How convinced you are that this is happening to you?
The 100%, doctor. It has been going on for several months, so I'm sure that this happened.
It seems that you have been going through such a stressful situations. May I know how has this impacted you so far?
Well, all my grades are down, and my family, my brother and for some, they are making fun of me whenever I talk about this with them.
It must be difficult for you. And may I know how has your
1 minute
mood been?
remaining. 1 minute.
How has your mood been?
Well, I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do with this stuff.
How's your sleep and your appetite been?
It's good.
All right. Has you ever thought, and have you ever taken any alcohol or any recreational drugs to help you to cope with the condition?
No.
Have you ever thought of like harming yourself or ending your life?
No.
How about retaliating and confronting to your stepbrother and your stepfather?
No.
Is it the first time seeing a psychiatrist?
Yes, this is the first time.
All right. If I were to say what you're having at the moment, maybe you're a bit unwell in terms of your mental health, what would you say about that?
I don't know, doctor. I don't know, but definitely this laptop is behind what's going on.
All right. Well, I might want to arrange another session so that we can further discuss on how we can help you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. How do you feel about what you did? It was very good. How do you feel about what you did?
I don't know. I think my internet connection was kind of like a bit laggy here and there, so it's quite difficult for me to catch what you have been
Okay.
saying. So yeah, I don't know
Okay,
whether I.
Okay, let's see the feedback of our colleagues. Give her some feedback, doctors. Gonna go, well done. Okay, Demiana is one of your friends. Okay, so let's see. Very good. Everyone is happy with your performance. So let's see the. See, this is one of the psychotic station patient, straightforward, but pay attention that when you start, this patient is having some wounds in his hand, so the best start, so I can gather that you had some stitches or some dressing on your hand. How is your wound? Everything is okay. Show empathy, show that you're professional, and then start by taking the complaint, tell him what happened, and okay, I would like to know more about what you have been experiencing. Since when did he start to have these thoughts? Okay, course, is it increasing with time? You find that every time he goes to the exams, his mind goes blank. Sometimes some thoughts are put in his mind and so on. And before the onset, you want to know, before that, how was he doing? So definitely that, because we all know that no one wakes up in the morning with a psychotic issues. Definitely there's something having going on, a delusional mood, something going on, particular delusional mood. So this is how you start the station, show empathy, ask about the wound, and then take the complaint, and then the psychosis. We know that this is psychotic psychotic patients, so the best thing is to start assessing the mental state by the psychosis. Start by the psychosis, and use the information which you have in order to better phrase your question. So this is the first feedback which you have, doctor. So you should do weaving. So talk about the laptop. Tell me more about this laptop. Is it putting thoughts in your mind? Everything you to ask the patient about. Put a piece of his story in your question to make it relevant to his story. Okay, I felt that you were a bit checklisted. Okay. And this laptop broadcasts your mind. Have you heard that the people or laptop can make people read your mind? Okay. Another thing, you did not dig more about the auditory hallucinations. If there is a psychopathology, please don't just go over it without at least ask one open-ended question and 2 or 3 closed-ended questions. So this boy has a auditory hallucination. So ask, is it ordering you or commenting on you? How many voices? What is the frequency? And one of the very important things whenever the patient is having an abnormal perception is what is his explanation. So if someone is hearing voices or is having any hallucinations, what is his explanation? And most probably there is a psychotic explanation in this. Maybe they are putting chips in their mind. Maybe this laptop is making them able to make me hear the voices though they are not around me. Okay, so whenever you are having a patient who is having a delusion, you will ask about the delusional evidence. And if the patient is having hallucination, you want to know the patient's explanation for his experience. Are you with me, Dr. Salsabil? Okay. So I'm here. Okay.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, then you ask about the mood, you ask about the cognition, the impact, coping, and risk. How was he? How did it affect his life? Coping, everything was okay. You assess the insight and determination. All in all, it was good. I'm not here as an examiner. I cannot say who will pass or fail, but it was organized. You covered the most important things in the mental state examination. By pay attention to the weaving, you should phrase the questions in a better way. And also pay attention that when you have a psychopathology, dig more, okay? You did not pay attention to the hallucinations which patients have. Very good, doctor. MashaAllah. So who would like to go next?
Yeah, doctor, please.
Okay, so hi, Dr. Dunya. So what is your station, doctor?
Hypomania, access to hospital records.
Yes, this is one of the famous stations. This man who okay.
Yeah, doctor, I can start. How can I call
Okay.
you?
Let's call me Mr. Brown. Okay, Mr. Brown.
Brown.
1, 2, 3, go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. I'm Daniela, a doctor of mental health team. How are you?
Well, I'm very fine, doctor, but I hope that you understand, doctor, that I want to help the patients, and maybe you will be part of this plan. And definitely it will be helpful in your career if they put in your CV that you have been part of a big plan in order to help the patients in the mental health, in the NHS in general. I want to have an access to the patient's records because
you have, Mr. Brown, it sounds you have a lot to say, and I'm concerned to listen about it all. So I need to ask you, is that your usual to talk too fast?
No. Actually, I feel that you don't have a lot of time, and I have a lot of things to say. So I just want to show that I want to spare your time because it is very important to make you understand what I'm passing through. I want to help the patients. I've been working as a computer technician. I've been working as a computer technician for about 20 years. So I have a lot of experience, and I've been working in big institutes, and I have the ability to set a computer program which will help the patients and also will help the doctors to understand and and gain access to the records without wasting time. Okay, simple. Hello. Yes. Yeah. Baby, relax. It's 5 minutes. Sorry for the interruption. We will start again because there has been a disconnection. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. I'm Damiana, a doctor of mental health team. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, and I hope that you understand, doctor, that I am a computer technician and I can help you and help the patient by gaining access to the patient's records, because I want to set up a computer program to have the patients not to wait too long, and also have the doctors not to waste their time. And who knows, maybe if you put
Mr.
your
Brown, it sounds that you are talking a lot about something important, and I'm concerned to listen to them all. But I have a couple of questions to ask you about. Is that your usual to talk too fast?
No, I know that you have limited time and I have a lot of things to say, so I'm trying just to make sure that we can make the best use of time. So that's it.
Mr.
So
Brown,
I'm back to my plan. I have a lot of things by which I can have.
Mr. Brown, is that the same situation of the thoughts in your mind? You're racing like you're talking today?
Yes, there are a lot of things in my mind. Actually, yes, exactly, like what you have just said.
Yeah, you told me about your plans. So could you tell me for how long did you start about thinking about these plans?
It all started about 3 days ago.
3 days. And is there anything in particular that makes you think about them? Is there anything happens that make you
Well,
think
the
about
problem
this
is that,
plan?
you know, I have a lot of relatives. Whenever they go to the hospital, they complain from staying in the hospital for a long time until they see the doctors. And also I have some doctors, which are my friends. They also complain that a lot of time is wasted because of, you know, many things which can be managed by a simple computer program. If I can have an access to the
I
patient.
see, Mr. Brown. So it sounds that you're excited about these plans and this project. Could you tell me how do you feel in yourself about them?
Well,
How do you feel?
I feel so excited and enthusiastic. You can see, yes, exactly. I have this zeal, as they say.
Yeah.
You know, though it is a big project, but I have 20 years experience as a computer programmer, and I've worked in IBM, and I have when it was an IBM,
Mr.
and
Brown,
I worked in Microsoft.
How's your energy? Do you feel like that you have the energy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel if I have an access to the patient's record, I can spend all
How
days.
could you manage your sleep?
What?
How could you manage your sleep? Do you sleep well?
Well, for the past 2 days, I can sleep only 2 or 3 hours maximum, no problem with that.
Yeah, I see. And are you eating well? Do you eat well?
Yeah, no problem with my eating. Yeah, thank you. Very nice from you.
Yeah, you told me about your projects. So do you think that you have a special power or a special ability to start a new project?
I don't have a special power, but you know, with my experience, I can say that I have enough experience to be involved in this big project. As I said, I have 20 years experience as a computer programs. I did a lot of studying this.
Mr. Brown, do you think that people around you may think about stopping you from doing that, or
No,
they
no,
are by
no, no, at all. That's why I'm here. I understand that you will be more understanding. Maybe it's anyone else will not, but you as a health professional definitely will be helpful. Well, if you can give me an access to the patient's records, I can give you an idea what I'm going to do, and definitely this will also.
Actually, I'm asking today to do an assessment, so I have to do it first, if you don't mind. Some people, when they are excited, may have some unusual experiences, like hearing voices no one around
No,
can hear.
doctor. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I just have this idea which will be really helpful. Yes.
So, do you think that you are able to think clearly?
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah. And you feel in control in your thoughts and the emotions?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know. Do you think that you are able to concentrate well?
Yes, no problem.
Have any problem recently with your memory?
Well, I feel that bit. I'm a bit forgetful because yeah, there are a lot of things which I'm doing. So sometimes I miss something here and there. But you know, it is totally understandable because there are a lot of things which I want to do. But definitely, I go back to do them. I remember them later on.
Mr. Brown, it seems that you have a recent thought about a new plan. Do you see that it impacts your life?
No, no, I want to help people. No, no.
Do you go to your work regularly?
Well, yes, yes, definitely. But when I go to, I'm a computer technician, but when I will have the start in this project, definitely I will be totally dedicated to it.
So how do you manage the finance of this project?
Well, I hope that the NHS will understand the importance of my task and they can finance it. This is my plan.
Do you think that you spent too much money in the past few days?
Yeah, yeah. I spent $1,000 dollars, you know, but I bought a new computer for my new task. That's it. So,
Mr. Brown, people who are excited maybe have a new interest in starting new relationship. Do you have any interest to
no,
start?
no, no,
I'm concerned about your safety. I want to double check if you drive a car.
no, no. I don't drive cars.
Do you think by any chance to harm yourself or end your life?
No, no, no.
Yeah. If anyone stop you from doing your plans, do you think about confronting
No, no,
them
no, no.
or
I'm here to help.
harm?
If someone does not understand what I'm saying, I'll try to explain. 1 minute remaining.
Mr. Brown, do you drink alcohol
No, no, no,
or taking any street drugs?
no, no.
Yeah. Can I ask you with whom do you live at the moment?
Well, I'm single in the moment. I live
You're-
alone.
Yeah, yeah. So, Mr. Brown, is it the first time for you to see a psychiatrist?
Yes. No, no, I've been following up with your clinic lately. So this is not the first time to be here.
Do you think that what you're experiencing right now, maybe that the symptoms you are experiencing return back to you?
I don't know, doctor. I would like to help. So definitely this is not an abnormal thing.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Brown, for being open up with me today and talking to me. We are concerned about your safety and we need to put our eye on you to make sure that you are safely discharged from hospital. So I will go to my team and return back to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So very clever. How do you feel about what you did? Very clever, mashallah. Very clever.
I tried to cover most of the items
No, no.
and then checklist. I'm always in mental state checklist. I tried to
Okay,
not
so pay attention that in this type of stations, it's not about what exactly you did, but how you did it. So you did tackle my pressure of speech and this flight of ideas in a very good way, and you interrupted me in a very nice way. You were not just racing you did not go through a race of talk with me. Very good. Let's see the feedback of our colleagues. Well, give her some feedback. She was so clever. So okay, let's see. Share screen. Okay, so this is a station about the hypomania. You will find someone who we know it is a light mania. Okay, so you start by your introduction. You'll find someone who is showing pressure of speech. He can show some activity. By the way, in the real cask, these patients, you will find them a bit agitated. They're instructed to show hyperactivity and moving too much. You must comment on it. Maybe this is something which was not feasible on the online, but whenever we used to go to the cask in Sheffield, the patients were pacing around the station and fidgeting. Comment on this, okay? You want to know exactly how did it start? Very good. It started 2 or 3 days. And before the onset, just one question. If you ask about before the onset, you know that this patient has stopped his medications. So this is the only mistake. So as far as I know that the story goes that this patient is a regular patient and before the onset, the patient stopped taking his medications. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is not the station, by the way. This is not the station. Sorry. Laptop. This is the laptop station. Yes, okay, so here, as you can see, that's all about his medications. He started to let go of his medications, okay? In the beginning, the first thing you will notice in any manic patient, the pressure of speech and his psychomotor activity, comment on them. And you can take the lead, and from this pressure of speech, ask him or ask her about their thinking if she is having racing thoughts, like exactly what Dr. Demiena did. And then ask about the mood, and please, you must have an acronym whenever you have a manic or hypomanic patient in your station, because the situation of the station will make you so stressed. You might miss one of the points which you should cover in the mood. So I have this acronym, meet MAXA, and as you can see, this is the acronym, and these are the points which you should cover in assessing the mood. The psychosis enough to ask about the perception and persecution no more. You don't need to dig more in the psychosis in a manic patient. Very important to ask about the cognition, which Dr. Demiena did, very important. Impact, coping, and risk, very important in this station. Manic patient or hypomania definitely can put himself in a risky situation. Ask him about the insight and then terminate the station, okay? Very clever. So who would like to go next? MashaAllah.
Me, please. Hello.
Okay. So what is your station, doctor?
Postnatal depression,
Postnatal, doctor.
mental state examination.
Yes, yes. Can you just give me 5 minutes to pray, and I will come back? I will miss the prayer. Okay, doctor. So,
So what is the name? What is the patient name?
Michelle. 1, 2, 3, go.
Sorry,
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Hello, my name is Ala. I am one of the doctors in the clinic today. Hello, Mrs. Michelle.
Hello, doctor.
I understand from the GP that he referred you because you feel more low in yourself. Would you like to tell me more about this?
Yes, doctor. I don't feel that. As before, I feel that I'm so low in my mood.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear this. So for how long you have been feeling like this?
About 7 months.
Okay. And anything happened prior to this? Anything was like a stressor?
Well, and everything was
triggered this?
okay. I started feeling low after giving birth to my child 7 months ago. After 2 weeks, I started to feel low. I felt that I am not happy with the delivery and the baby.
Okay. And do you feel that by time you feel more low in mood, or do you
Yes,
like
yes.
in this 7 months?
Yeah. With time, I feel that I'm low more and more.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear this. And you know how this affected like your sleep and appetite?
No, I don't think that I'm enjoying food. I think I don't know how much kilos I lost, but I feel that I lost some kilos.
Okay. So do you manage to eat something during the day, or?
Just some, if one piece of fruit a day, one sandwich.
Okay. And do you feel that this also affected your level of energy? Are you able to do the things that
No,
you were able
I'm
to do
not
before?
able to do anything.
Yeah. I can see that your tone is quite like, soft, and you speak quite slow. Is it your usual? Have you always been like this?
No, I used to be very energetic, and everyone said that. They used to say that my voice is loud.
Okay. And are you able to enjoy the things that you used to enjoy before?
No.
Okay. And with having this like low mood, do you sometimes have any wishes to end your life, or?
Yes. Sometimes I have these ideas that I cannot continue like this anymore.
I'm sorry to hear this. This sounded to be very stressful for you. And do you sometimes feel like guilt towards things that you usually shouldn't be guilt about?
Yes, I have this feeling all the time that I'm guilty. I'm not a good person.
Okay. Do you have any other unusual thoughts, or thoughts that you haven't had before?
What?
Do you have any other unusual thoughts or thoughts that you haven't had before?
No.
Okay. And with this going on, how are you able to look after your baby? You mentioned that you
No,
give.
I'm not able to take care of him. I feel that he's a burden. I can hardly cover his needs.
Okay. And do you have any support from family or friends?
No. My husband is most of the time working outside.
Okay, that sounds concerning. And are you able to look after yourself? Um,
Not as before.
okay. Some people, when they are distressed, they might experience hearing voices when no one is around. Have you had any of this before?
No.
Okay. Have you had any other unusual, sensation, smell, or taste, or?
No.
Okay. And you mentioned sometimes you have thoughts to end your life. Do you have any intentions or plans?
No intense, but I don't think that life is not worth it. It's worth living anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear this. Do you have any thoughts to harm your baby?
No.
Okay. And do you feel that this affected, your memory or concentration?
Yes, I'm very forgetful. Yes.
Okay. I can see that this has been very stressful for you, and some people, when they are in such situation, they might try to cope with substance or alcohol. Are you taking any?
No, no, no.
Okay, and you said you don't have any intention to do harm to yourself or to the baby, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Have you had any experience like this before of low mood and?
Yeah, I've been treated with depression.
Okay, and are you prescribed any medication?
I stopped my fluoxetine 1 month ago.
Okay, and do you think that what you are experiencing now might be a relapse of your condition, or that your symptoms came back after you stopped your medication?
I don't know. I don't.
Okay, so Ms. Michelle, from what we have discussed today, I feel that you have experienced, depressive symptoms after giving birth to your baby, and it might also increase by, stopping fluoxetine recently. And I can see that this affecting how you look after yourself and after your baby, which is quite concerning, and you need support from our services in this.
1 minute.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me, or do you want to
No,
tell me anything that happened recently that I haven't asked about?
no, no.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you.
tuning in.
Very good, very good. So I'll give you my feedback. Just I'm going just to check something with my notes. Give her some feedback. Sorry for the interruption, doctor. So let's see the feedback of our colleagues. She covered the social support. Okay, so very clever. Comment on the general, doctor. In the beginning, you can say something that you look so sad, so low, and so on. Yes, you commented on how she talks, that she talks in a depressed way. But the patients who have depression and mania are instructed to act in a particular way to reflect their mood. Don't forget to comment the general profile of the patient. Other than this, everything was fine. Your introduction was fine. Mrs. Pay attention to this. If say Michelle, you go as far. You don't say Michelle. Mrs. Michelle, you can say Mrs. Brown, Mrs. White, according to her family name. But Michelle, you can say just say Michelle. Pay attention to this. That's it. You see the feedback from colleagues. What exactly you didn't get? I don't know. Okay, and at the end, this patient has high risk because she is not able to take care of herself. She has suicidal thoughts. She stopped her medication. She is not able to take care of her kid. So it is better to say that it is unsafe for you to go back home. How do you feel about staying in the hospital? That's it. You don't talk much about the management. There is no need. Okay, let's see so this is how you start the station. I've gathered from the notes that you wanted to talk with one of our team members. Your introduction was good. And then you want to take the complaint, the onset, the course, the duration. Okay. How was she doing before that? You picked up that before the onset, she delivered the baby, which is something which can precipitate the depression. Very good. Don't forget the general and the speech. The acronym for the mood here of depression is very close to the mania, but you don't ask about the mission, the abilities, and the confidence enough to ask about the MEET SAR. So there is MAC in the middle. So there is MEET, MAC, SAR for mania, MAC, which stands for the mission, the abilities, and the confidence. You don't ask about them here. But pay attention when you ask about the thinking, there is something which you can show, do and show that you are professional. So there is a part of the thinking in the mood. We know that whether it is a depression or a patient or a manic patient. So manic patient, we know the racing thoughts, etc. But in the depression, if you want to show that you're professional, there is, cognitive triad. So the patient has negative thoughts about himself and the circumstances around him and the future. So this is the way the depressed patients think. They don't have hope in the future. They feel negative about the current circumstances and about themselves. So this is something called the cognitive triad. Okay, so this is regarding how you assess the mood. The psychosis, very important to ask about the particular psychosis associated with the depression, like nihilistic delusion. This is another mistake you must ask about. There are some psychosis very close to the depression, like nihilistic delusion. Pay attention to them. Yes, you ask about the perception, but don't forget the nihilistic delusion, delusion of poverty, something. Show that the examiner that that the mood brings particular delusion, like mania brings delusions of omnipotence and so on. Here the psychosis of the depression can bring particular psychoses. You ask about the cognition, and then you ask about the and very good that in this station you ask about the risk on the baby. Very important to ask about the risk of the baby. Now inside you ask her about the depression, but ask her why did she stop the medications. And it will be also good if you ask her about if she has been admitted before to know the severity of this depressive episodes. Ask one open-ended question. Can you tell me more? When she says to you, I've been in contact with psychiatric services. So this is the one open-ended question, which is, can you tell me more? And two close-ended question, when have you ever been admitted and why did you stop the medications? And at the end, ask her if she is feeling that this can be another episode of depression. And from our assessment, when you do good risk assessment, you find that this patient is definitely need to be admitted. Good, doctor. Very good. Okay, again, it's not a pass or fail. I'm not an examiner, but I'm telling you what are the points to cover in order to make sure that you did a good mental state examination. Okay, thank you, doctor. So who would like to go next?
I'm next.
Dr. Nauman, how are you, Dr. Nauman?
Me fine. Can you see me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What
My station is
yes.
POSTMAN psychosis.
Yes, it's one of the famous stations, POSTMAN. Okay, so
Can you start?
okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Brown.
Hello, doctor.
I'm Dr. Khan from the Mental Health Unit. Nice to see you.
Well, doctor, I didn't do anything. I went to the police to confess everything, but they didn't understand me. They said that I must see I'm not crazy, doctor. I said that I cannot continue like this anymore with what they are doing. I didn't do anything.
Okay. Mr. Brown, it seems like that you are quite distressed. Let me reassure you that we are here to help you, okay?
Yes, okay.
Please tell me what were the circumstances that led you to surrender yourself?
Well, they blame me, doctor. They blame me for everything. They blame me for the war between Russia and Ukraine, and I didn't do anything. They keep talking about a letter which I missed. I lost. It was, a casual letter. And, I don't know. It was supposed to go to the Russia in its national day, and my boss said that it is not a big problem, but they keep blaming me in the news. And talk about it and blame me for this mistake. And
Mr. Brown, must be very difficult for you. So when you realized that this war between Russia and Ukraine is because of you?
It was about 6 months ago.
Okay, and what happened that made you to realize this?
Well, I saw them in the news talking about this. They kept talking, hinting and about my mistake, and they blame me. I didn't do anything, doctor. I'm an innocent.
Okay. Let me reassure you that Mr. Brown, we are not doing anything, just asking questions to help you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And how convinced you are that this war was because of your fault?
Well, I didn't do anything, but they are blaming me. I stopped watching the TV because they keep talking about this letter which I've missed, and the police is following me everywhere. I cannot continue my life like this.
Okay. Okay. And can there be any other reason, Mr. Brown, that the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine can be due to the political tension?
I know, but they don't know. They keep blaming me. They don't say so to the people.
Okay. And do you think that you are being followed by the police?
Yeah. Whenever I open the window, there is a white car. And even when I go to the work, this white car is following me. I stop going to the work because of
Okay. And do you think that the police or other people are talking about you?
Well, whenever I pass by the police, they say sentences. I know that they mean me by it, So they say they talk with each other saying we must stop this, watch out. But I know that they are talking about me. It's not a coincidence that whenever I pass by a policeman, they say these words.
Okay, okay. And do you think that you are being controlled by these police or other people?
No. But definitely they can rule my life, doctor. Definitely, and they are following me everywhere. So they are ruining my life.
Okay. And it must be difficult for you. And do you think that you have done any other mistake or any other fault in your
I
past
didn't
life?
do anything, doctor. I'm an innocent person. I don't know why they do this.
Okay, okay. And do you hear people talking to you when there's no one around?
No.
Do you see people around when there's no one around?
No.
Okay, okay. Mr. Brown, sometimes people think that their thoughts are not their own, or somebody's taking thoughts from them. Has it been with you?
No.
Do you think that your thoughts are coming on radio, television?
No.
Okay, okay. And Mr. Brown, you mentioned to me that these thoughts are coming to you 6 months ago. How was your mood before that?
Well, I felt that there's something wrong. I didn't understand what's going on for a while, but everything was clear when I discovered they are following me and blaming me for the war of Ukraine. I kept feeling that there's something wrong for about 2 months.
2 months, okay. And how was your sleep?
Well, now I don't sleep good at all, doctor.
And what about your appetite?
Well, it's good, but I stopped going to outside, so I lost weight. I cannot live like this. I don't find anything to eat. I want to eat, doctor.
That's been very concerning. I am really worried about you. So you're not eating and you have lost weight.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think of life? Are you enjoying your life?
I want to live my life, but I cannot follow up my life like this. They are following me everywhere.
Okay. And because of this ongoing difficulty, do you think that your body or body part has stopped functioning?
No.
Okay. Do you think that your money is gone and you don't have any money?
No.
Okay. I'm really concerned about you, Mr. Brown.
1 minute remaining.
Do you have any thoughts to harm yourself or end your life?
Yeah, please. If you can give me, an injection to end my life, this will be better because I cannot continue like this.
Oh dear. And do you have any thoughts to harm other people?
No.
And how do you cope, Mr. Brown? Do you take the help of alcohol?
No.
Or street drug?
No.
Okay. And is it the first time you are seeing a psychiatrist?
Yes.
What do you think of your mental health? Do you think that you have any mental health illness at this time?
I don't know, doctor. There's something wrong. I don't know, doctor. Time. How do you feel about what you did? How do you feel about what you did?
I think I did like.
It was good,
I
by
was
the way.
able
It
to.
was very good, actually. It was very, very good. You showed empathy, and you covered everything actually from my perspective. According to my paper, notes, you covered everything. But let's see the feedback of our colleagues. Very important to pay attention to them. They are very clever psychiatrists. Okay, so nobody give you any feedback. Give him some feedback. Well done. Yeah. Little more personalization. What do you mean by I didn't get it. What do you mean by personalization?
Like personalizing the things you ask to what he says. So instead of do you see anybody like that other people can't see, do you see those people particularly? So linking it to whatever his complaint is.
Yes, this is called weaving, doctor. This is very clever. This is something called weaving. You put a piece of information of his story in the question and link it together. It is called weaving. Yes. This would definitely, the style of question would be better. Yes, very good.
Okay, thank you.
When patient says they are doing when patient says they are doing, ask who are they? What the question? Okay, so let's see according to. By the way, it was good. So okay, if this patient has psychosis, you must check if the psychosis is secondary to depression. Sometimes they put some tricks, so the patient has been depressed, but he is presenting with this psychosis. So how can you pick it up? Is by knowing the onset and how the patient was doing before the onset. So he can have delusional mood, or he can have depression before they can be. He might have been depressed. So, and he picked it up. So this patient was having a sort of delusional mood, but sometimes the patient before the onset might have been having depression, and all these symptoms are secondary to his low mood. So pay attention to this, and this is something good which you did. The area of how the patient was doing before the onset is the area which most probably the Royal College puts the tricks in. And the candidates who pay attention to these tricks most probably have a higher chance to pass. And because from the start it's obvious that it is a station of psychosis, you will assess the psychosis, have an acronym to it, PPBIC, the persecution, the perception, the broadcasting, the insertion of thoughts and withdrawal. All of them you have covered, okay? And then the mood, ask about the mood. Cognition is not very important in psychotic patients. You ask about the impact and coping and risk. Everything is good. The insight and determination, everything was good. I didn't feel that. He showed empathy. I don't have any negative comments except that just make your questions avoid checklist. Okay, that's it. But everything was good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Very clever, doctor. So who would like to go next? He said yes, and then asked the doctor for injection.
I could go next.
Yeah, it is my mistake, doctor. It is my mistake. I didn't read the scenario proper. So yes, Dr. Norman, Dr. Shiraz.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Doctor. Sorry, can I just
Yeah.
ask something? If that comes up in some way, how do you reply to that? If the patient asks you in any way to end his life, how would you properly
Just
answer
ask him, tell me more about that. It's because in this particular station, the patient will start the station by asking the doctor to end his life. Or give me something to end my life. I don't want to continue like this. So this is how you will continue by tell me more about that. It's definitely you're passing through a difficult time. Why, when, where, and so on, and continue your station without any problem. So just show empathy and ask him, tell me more about this idea. One open-ended question. When did you start to have this idea? Exactly what is behind this? Okay, could be there any reason for this? And continue asking your question on the mental state examination. But whenever you have a very important point, just one open-ended question, 2 or 3 maximum closed-ended, but don't ignore it. Okay, doctor. So what is your state? The only one station is left prodromal psychosis. Okay. Really?
Yes.
Let's say that my name is Robin. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Robin. My name is Dr. Aku, and I'm from the mental health unit. Now, I've been asked to assess you because there have been concerns about your mental health, and especially your mother's been very worried about you.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
No problem, but I'm not crazy, doctor.
I don't think anyone is saying that, but we just need to find out a little bit more about what's been happening recently. So I understand that you left work recently.
Yeah, the colleagues are not good, doctor. And I feel that they are behind me. They kept putting me under stress. I couldn't continue being with them anymore.
Now, how long have you been feeling like this?
About 3 months ago.
And
3 months.
Can you tell me about how they have been, putting you under stress?
They just kept doing these hints with the way they shook their heads, the way they touch their hair and clothes. They communicate and with these signs and talk about me with this way. And I know that they mean something, but I feel that I don't feel comfortable with them, so I left the work. I'm not lunatic, doctor.
Now, do you feel that in any way, this could be in your own mind, or your mind could be playing tricks on you, or
No, I'm sure.
That
I'm sure that they are not good with me.
So it sounds like a very stressful time for you, Robin. Now, could you tell me what was happening? Was anything happening before the start? Were you under any stress?
Yeah. Before that, I felt that I'm not able to think clearly, and everything is muddled. But suddenly everything made sense when I paid attention to how they move and how they touch their hair and how they were going upstairs, and I found them that they were shaking their heads in a particular way, and everything made sense since then.
Now, Robin, why would they do something like that? It sounds like it could be quite nasty and malicious, but why would they do that to you?
Well, I don't know. You can ask them, but I'm sure that they are involved in it. They don't want me among them. Maybe they want my place for someone else. Who knows?
Yes, I mean it sounds like it's been a very difficult situation. Now, could you tell me, have you had any besides seeing them make some particular signs and signals, have you had any visions or unusual visions or heard any voices?
No, doctor, I'm not lunatic. No, I'm not lunatic.
Okay, no one is suggesting that, Robin. I mean, it's just we just need to explore all of the difficulties that you may be having. Now, your mood, has that been different to usual?
Well, I'm a bit, pissed off because of what they have been doing. So I left the work. That's it. Other than this, I feel more comfortable at home now.
Okay. So once once you feel out of the stressful situation, you've been able to enjoy your usual activities.
Yeah.
Now, has there been any problem with your memory or your concentration?
No.
And do you feel that that, you know, this could be part of your own mental health difficulties rather than, you know, your colleagues being.
I'm not lunatic, doctor.
Yes.
I'm not lunatic.
Okay. Yes, I mean, it's no one is suggesting that, Robin. It's just important just
You have
to
just suggested
see,
that.
you know, what
You have just suggested this.
No, I haven't. I just want to see, you know, just explore all the difficulties that you may be having. Now, can I ask you, you know, it's been a stressful situation for you. Have you had with work and you know, your colleagues, have you had any thoughts about harming yourself or ending your life?
No, I will not end my life because of these two persons. No.
Okay, and have you had any particular angle, you know, sort of, you know, focus on any particular individual? Do you want to take revenge or retaliate for?
No. Oh, this for man, I just left the place for them. We can do whatever we want now. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
So Robin, you know, sometimes when people go through a very stressful situation, they cope in different ways. I mean, have you been using any alcohol or
No.
illicit substances?
No.
Okay. So Robin, I think we really need to explore further, you know, your difficulties. People are worried about you and you haven't been able to go to work. So I think I would like to arrange another meeting and perhaps if I could speak to your mother further about, you know, how she sees your difficulties, I think that would be very helpful. So I hope that would be okay for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do you feel about what you did?
Yeah, I mean, okay. So I just wondered whether I was being empathic enough.
Yeah, very
you know,
good. You paid attention to your mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, they sort of when he was calling himself a lunatic, you know, so I was just I was just wondering, you know, how to continue, you know, to you know, just reassure him that, you know, it's not that we're thinking he's a lunatic. It's just trying to help.
Okay,
him, yeah.
so my perspective that you seem experienced, but you're a bit anxious, and this is reflected on the non-fluency of your approach. You talk in a particular way, which reflects that you're a bit hesitant in what you are doing. This is not a psychotherapy session, but definitely you should show empathy. And the best time to show empathy is in the very first beginning, maybe after hearing, while you are hearing the complaint, while you are opening the station, show empathy, show that you understand that this can be a difficult situation, you have difficult time at work, and this is enough. You don't need to show empathy all over the station. It's not a psychotherapy session. But definitely, if you miss the empathy in the beginning while the patient is showing complaint, you have missed the empathy, even if you said empathetic sentences later on. So the best time to show empathy is in the beginning, not more than 3 sentences, not more than this. You don't need other than that. You will waste your time. As I said, you're not fluent. And one something pay attention to, we don't start the station saying that some concerns about your mental health. It's not the best way. So we can say that your mother was worried about you and have been asked to discuss with you her concerns. Is it okay for you to proceed? But saying that there are concerns about your mental health, it's not very professional, okay? Okay, so let's see the feedback. Colleagues, just give this good man some feedback. I don't know. The candidates are tired at the end of the session. Yeah, they are tired. Well done, Ayman. Well done. Okay.
Dr. Hussein, can I ask something?
Yeah, no problem.
When the patient is every now and then, while I'm asking him, is calling to me that you are accusing me of being insane or crazy, How is the proper way to address this?
Well, Dr. Shiraz actually did it in a very good way. Nobody is suggesting this. I'm trying to help you here.
Yeah.
If you are bothered by the questions, we can end the session, but it will be helpful to continue. Okay, so the best way is to do exactly what Dr. Shiraz did and just take permission to continue. So is it okay to continue? It will be very helpful. That's it.
Okay, but when you replied that, okay, you tell me that I'm not crazy, but all of your questions implying this.
Because actually his particular question was asking me about any other possibility that this can be some mental illness. So okay, so this particular question. Okay, so thank you so much. So the prodromal psychosis is one of the new stations, but again, doctors, as long as you have a plan in your mind, this approach, you will not have any problem with the different scenarios. Once you see mental state examination, the most important thing is to have the approach in your mind, not to know the scenario. What I know that the Royal College always changes the scenarios, but they don't change the task. So you must have a robust plan in your mind to make sure that when you see the task of mental state examination, you will not have any problem. So introduce yourself, and as we said, always the introduction is a very important clinical skill. Make it fluent, make sure that you are assertive, and always show empathy in the beginning, as I said. You can say when he says, as you can see, they will challenge you. In the scenario, say you will always say, I'm not, the role player will always say, I'm not lunatic, not lunatic, not lunatic. This is to see how you are going to respond exactly like what our female doctor said. This is to challenge your communication skills, so you must be ready with something. Okay, and exactly like what you did. It's not, I'm not suggesting, but I'm here to help you. Okay. But take permission. Okay, so, and then complain. You want to know exactly the onset, the course, and how was he doing before the onset. And as you can see, the trick of the Royal College is that he has been modeled, okay, and everything started when he was going upstairs and he found that their colleagues are shaking their heads in a particular way. So this is the onset, and there has been something going on before the onset. Okay, so if you miss this, this means that you're not that clever, because the Royal College is focusing on the precipitating, perpetuating, and predisposing facts. So you ask about the persecution. Did you ask? I think you ask about the perception. So did you ask about the other items of the psychosis? So this is your mistake from my perspective. You did not ask about the other items of the psychosis. I feel that you did not know how to phrase the questions. You know, I definitely know that you should ask about the broadcasting, thought obsession, withdrawal, control, etc. But I felt that you didn't know how to phrase the questions in relation to the story in your hand. Okay, so this needs some sort of experience with this all going on. Do you feel that what you are thinking of and what they are talking about it? Okay. Have you ever felt that your thoughts are being known to the people in general or being spoken about in the media? Okay, and go on. Felt that your colleagues were interfering with your thoughts, like putting thoughts in your mind. So, and then you check the mood, cognition, impact, coping, and risk. You ask about this, and you check the insight, and finally determination. So everything was okay, except, as I said, you should have been more fluent. I felt that you are anxious. Please practice more. Your anxiety will decrease. Take a mock, maybe this will help to decrease your anxiety, and pay attention that you should cover more in the main area of the theme of the station is psychosis. You didn't cover enough the depth, the psychosis, okay? Okay, so if you are interested in my papers, there are some helpful materials to help you to understand more how to approach the stations. I hope that you found it helpful.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
I will post this session on the Zoom. See all your names in the post list. Have a good night.